But I think it's time for P's and B's.
P's and B's!
I don't like it. How do you do it?
B.
Picks and bans.
B.
Are those spirit fingers?
No. These are spirit fingers. And the camera didn't see it.
Oh, you
Yes.
are so lucky.
Yes!
I would have gifted that so fast.
Life is good.
Chaotic,
All right.
please, I need you.
P's and B's!
We're likely to see Giannis banned out again. Actually, if we don't see Giannis banned out, I'll be mad. There it is.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
Fnatic not going to be able to play that probably for the rest of the split.
For the rest of
Their lives. Yeah.
their lives.
Oh,
Unless
wait,
Giannis changes.
Gone Sylvanas. Yeah, they're not letting that one happen again. Healing comp, too strong. And you know what's funny is the healing comp, while it's decent, has so many weaknesses that just weren't abused in the previous games. Emilzy getting that weakening curse on a little bit too late. There was no Brawler's Beat Stick. So, Neith going to be first pick.
Yep, London Conspiracy going to draft that Neith, which we've seen in multiple roles. We have seen Snakeskin, I think, play it once, but really, solo lane Neith hasn't had that much success.
That's true. She's been very successful in the mid lane, of all places. Apollo and Ra going to be taken down here for the side of Fnatic. So far, pretty similar, getting that Ra online. Though they won't have Sylvanas this time, Zyro is showing a rather strong pattern in what he assumes to play. London Conspiracy going to take Serqet for Sun Touch, and we're going to see Ares picked up as well, but we don't know that that's going to be support.
I hope it's support.
If he picks Tier, man...
We haven't really seen that counter matchup played since Anatolian season. I'm really surprised.
Dude, it's so OP. The reason we don't see it as much is because his heal is so much better than it was.
It's true.
It's so much better.
He can really sustain the poke that Ares will put out against him.
But man, Ares solo is the best. If Ares solo hits a chain at level 3, you are dead. Because no one's there to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
You will die. Speaking of maybe not dying, Geb going to be picked up. So for what they lose in healing from Sylvanas, they gain back in the ability to cleanse CC and make someone invincible to damage for at least a couple hundred.
Fnatic going to ban out Medusa. Reels doesn't want to play against that matchup. And London Conspiracy is going to take out Bologna. I do like this choice, though Thor is still on the board. And Captain Twig, that has really been his other go-to.
Yeah, Thor going to be locked in immediately. Wow, no questions asked.
And this leaves the counter pick for Maniac as well.
That's true, which is really strong. London Conspiracy with their final 2 picks here, probably looking for solo and most likely mid, although Neith could be in any of those roles, and they can pick up another hunter. Although all of the major contentious hunters have already been kind of locked.
Picked or banned out.
Yeah.
On her still available as well, though. We did see Reels play Xbalanque, and we haven't really seen too many Xbalanques come out. Agni's going to be locked in here to match up against Ra, and it's going to be Ram.
Okay, Rama.
This is one of Shaggy, I think, one of his better gods.
Rama, for me, is the 5/5. He doesn't win or lose any hunter matchup, except for like the lower tiers like Artemis, which it's actually pretty much a 5/5. Because if he goes up in the air, he will land on a trap when he gets down. That's the best feeling. Like, oh, you've just made such a bad mistake. Yeah, I'll see you soon.
but hey, it's about 10 seconds. Well, maybe not that long,
no.
but it's long enough for your team to rotate in, and
it's a little under. I think it's like 4.8.
That's somewhere around there, but that's really where Ram is so strong, is that he can roll out ult and then roll out. Let me finish my point. He can roll out ult and then roll out again, giving like 12 seconds for his team to rotate. Oh, is that a Vamana coming out for
Also,
Maniac?
roll out is Geb's move.
What's it called?
I have no idea.
It's like, isn't it something
call it roll,
5-star dash? Or
I don't know. I call it roll.
9-star dash.
He rolls.
Yeah, I don't know what it's actually called.
If you do it right as you hit the ground from your ult, it's a Nukemi.
Can we get into game, please?
Nope. 13 seconds, Adonis.
Oh my god. So taking a look, it will likely be a Neith in the solo lane matching up against that Vamana. So
yeah.
A pretty safe lane for Neith. Vamana's probably going to be looking to farm out. I think it's going to be something similar to we saw last time where Snakeskin is going to be pressuring Maniac, but Maniac just trying to play passive.
Do you see what I see?
What are they? Okay, are they going to do the firework emote? That's what's important here. That's the firework emote.
All right. I'm actually alliterating towards the Heavy Hammer pickup. Frostbound going to be the start here for Vamana, which is
aggressive.
My favorite start in the game. Don't forget, his ultimate does apply on hit effects as you auto-attack, meaning his chase potential, especially with Sprint 3 on Neith, is like pretty much guaranteed kill.
Something that's going to be interesting, though, is that he does not have Hog. And while Fnatic won't be invaded, how is Maniac really going to match up against Neith, who's going to be clearing waves at like level 3 with 2 abilities.
I mean, Vamana's not a slouch in that department.
But he takes like level 7 or 8 to really start full clearing the wave.
With 1 ability. With 2, like Neith will be doing, he shouldn't have too much trouble. The only difference is that Snakeskin will have a much better mana pool than Vamana, who is technically very mana intensive. That's why they call him low mana.
Is that? I thought it was because there was a skin.
No, that's why the skin is named that, because he doesn't have any mana.
God, DM, please, Sun Touch.
Taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, but this is standard. He's going to heal up with Bumba's Mask here, and we see Fnatic already on the blue buff. We're likely to see Captain Twig get the early push and rotate out. That's what he loves to do. He loves to control the solo lane and then look to rotate and help out Zyros.
They cleared that very, very quickly. Beating them to lane, they should recognize the fact that Vamana didn't build Hand of the Gods. And that's such an important thing here. If they had built Hand of the Gods, the invade potential would have skyrocketed. And it's kind of surprising to see they didn't take that route. But allowing Baby to get the heavy hammer and be only a few hundred gold away from finishing up that Frostbound, Zyros, no, Sun Touch not going to do it.
Sun Touch here, not going to elect to steal the enemy's back harpies. I don't imagine. No, is he?
Yeah,
okay,
they're going to go for it.
This is what I love. You get the early rotation, you have a free line to back harpies, but Captain Twig responding in kind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking on the mini-map. You're going to see Thor actually going towards the bottom side. He's like, if you do it, I'm going to do it. In fact, Captain Twig has a great timer here. He's only about 20 seconds away. He could rotate all the way through and take the back camps again.
I think he should, too. He's actually going to like to leave a back harpy.
I like that.
It's too important to grab that wave in mid, I think.
Well, that, and he doesn't really need that small, was like 6 gold advantage, allowing himself to mess up their timers completely. Remember, that timer won't restart until they clear that camp. Really frustrating.
Yeah, and they don't even know that it happened. They expected right now that Captain Twig has full cleared it.
I think they know. I think they know.
That he left it?
I mean, these are some of the best players in the world. And Sun Touch, who plays this game a ton, is like, he left at this time, and it took him this long to get to lane. He came in from this side. I'm expecting that they would have taken it. I don't think that they're even going to check it right away.
Taking a look here at levels, Agni, he wants to hit that level 5 at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so he gets 2
They
bombs.
do recognize it. Agni's going to the bottom side to clear it. Sun Touch trying to find some type of pick potential. And this is good. This is very, very smart of Arrow to just go and clear the camp for the timer. He's going to recognize that there's a small one left, and it's going to give him the ability to reset that timer appropriately. So amazing play coming out from Arrow.
I do want to know what Vamana has. Did he not buy? Maniac didn't buy anything.
What do you mean? He got a ward.
He got a ward, but that's it.
That's all he needs.
He just ulted, and it got canceled.
Is it on cooldown?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know exactly what happened there, but his ult is on cooldown, and I heard the audio cue. I wasn't looking at it at the time.
I think it might have been Captain Twig teleporting right as he used it.
Okay.
It's very possible. That's the only thing that would make sense in my head. Left side going to blue, right side going to red. Perfect split. Over in the right lane here as you see Big Baby putting himself a little bit behind.
Yeah, Emilzi's going to be 5 off this. He probably could have looped around and found someone in the top side, but...
They're both 5. They have CC immunity.
Yep.
They don't need beads yet.
It's still to force those ults out.
Yeah,
it's pretty important.
That could be very helpful. But he's not going to find anything. He does take the long route, and with that gives them more than enough time to back off. And look at this. Sun Touch immediately on his grind goes right back to the back camps, making sure they're utilized at the best possible time. And after this, we'll have the right camps coming up as well.
Taking a look here. I do want to look at this soul lane because Maniac just finished Frostbound, but he's already 400 gold behind Snakeskin. This lane is being completely controlled by Snakeskin. We saw this last time to a lesser effect, though.
That's true. That's true. But I kind of expected Captain Twig to be a little bit more present. Now, Neith in some trouble here. She went Heartseeker. She didn't buy beads. She's fighting guaranteed slows and a semi-global presence from Captain Twig. I'm expecting that if First Blood happens in the next minute, it's going to be Neith.
And it's going to be a question of, is anyone going to be warding that Fire Giant? That's where we see the Thor's gank.
What's Emilzi doing? They're going to invade?
Yeah.
They're going to force what could be a 4v3 here as Neith rotates over as well. Vamana, again, little mana. Doesn't have enough for his whole kit, and he just got caught out of Clear the Path. He's pretty much dead.
He can't heal at all, and Maniac's going to be the first to find, but Captain Twig going to find 3 in the stun. He's going to have to immediately hammer out, though, as no one else was in position. London Conspiracy finds first blood, and with Thor's all down, they're looking to steal the buffs as well.
I'm actually pretty surprised, now that you mention it, to see Vamana in this game against Serqet. Serqet, usually noted as a player who counters. Captain Twig did not get that, and has used his movement. 2 kills there for London Conspiracy.
They're going to take this blue buff as well, and London Conspiracy looking much better, playing as a team. Last game, we saw them group up and then split up during every fight. This time, they're fighting as 4, and they're finding the kills. I
think that has to do with the fact that Suntouch isn't playing a warrior this time. He's playing an assassin and must rely on his team. While he can get some decent damage off, he can't be the same level of frontliner. He can't even attempt to control the space he was attempting to last time. And with that, he's put himself in a really good position to start the game, not only with 2 steals, but he finds himself with a decent amount of gold with 2 kills.
Meanwhile, Shaggy Shank has also been out clearing reels. You take a look, he's got a 300 gold lead and Boots 1 online, so every lane right now has been leading. They've been winning every lane, it seems.
And look at this. Experience difference, gold difference now massively in favor, at least at this stage of the game. 1,500 is no joke, especially before the Gold Fury.
It's very significant. It's a matter of having your ults level 2 or level 1, or abilities are just going to be hitting harder early on. Gold difference doesn't mean anything because that's a couple wards. That's maybe an active, which means something, but it's nothing significant. You're not getting tier 3 items. You're not getting the insane Jotun's passive.
We'll see if that 6% movement speed spells the difference between life and death, huh?
You're going to make sure to point it out if it does,
Oh, I'm watching that too, Elaine. I have no idea who these other people are now.
We're going to see Suntouch setting up for rights. He's going to grab them. Arrow, though, going to get the left side taken away by Badger.
Yeah, Badger.
Suntouch wants to fight, though. He's looping around top side.
Badger with my favorite clear in the game, and that's Shockwave, which not only does enough damage for the first 2 iterations of mid camps to get right into hand range, but CCs as well.
It's really good.
So, 6.5 minutes here. Gold Fury still standing with London having a 2-kill advantage. We're seeing Emilzy pressure in the mid lane.
He's getting caught out, it looks like.
I think this might be a death here.
We have a gank over on the left side, too. Suntouch trying to find reels. He's going to get knocked into Shaggy Shank, and he's going to fall, but Emilzy will get picked over in that mid. And what did they spend? They spent 3 ults to kill him. Captain Twig, Zyros, and Badger all ultless right now.
And trading out a support for a Hunter...
I'll take it any day.
Oh, absolutely. Especially considering that Emilzy's only level 7. He'll have a better respawn timer as well.
It is, though, it is important to note, though, that it is very hard for Ares to come back once he falls behind because he can't get no escape off without dying. And Emilzy has elected to go Shoes of the Magi, so he's not going to be tanky at all for quite some time.
I've always wondered why we see Shoes of the Magi, considering the scaling is generally pretty low. Zeros keeping that slash line alive here, just barely escaping what seemed like certain death.
What do you said it yesterday too? Plot armor.
Plot armor, yeah.
Zyros has plot armor?
The current storyline is that Zyros doesn't die, and right there, the storyline continues. Otherwise, no one would read the manga.
Pon luck. Now it's... So Pon had plot armor as well.
Yeah, Pon was the fan favorite. The storyline was that Pon had Pon luck. And it continues to this day because he's the main character of that story. And if the main character dies, then no one reads the manga anymore.
That's true.
That's why Naruto sucked for like 350 chapters.
Callouts.
What are you going to do?
Snakescan continuing to control Maniac, we see, especially after that kill. The gold lead hasn't extended too much. It's about 600, but Maniac, he needs to be making impacts in team fights. Actually, I think Snakeskin needs to be making the impacts in team fights since he hasn't earlier on. We haven't seen World Weaver come out once.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it at all. And the kill that he was a part of on Maniac, though, he didn't really need it.
No.
Suntouch stopped the healing, they locked him down, Clear the Path was on cooldown, he was out of mana, just trying to run away, and he dies.
Emilzy in the same spot he died last time, but Captain Twig running away from him.
Yeah, well, this time he has a level 10 Serqet behind him with 3 kills.
Hey, Arrow's there too.
Well, sure. Agni bombs are not a joke at this stage of the game.
No, and he's got 3 lined up. You see that ring around his head for those who don't know. Those are actually how many bombs he has online, and it's kind of blocked by his health bar, but you can see currently he's sitting with 3.
Yeah, that halo is indicating that he is a force to be reckoned with at this stage. And this, in my opinion, is Agni's best stage of the game. When he's not getting grouped on, there's not a lot of team fights, so he can't get rushed down, and it's just him trying to fight for mid-camps and Gold Fury with probably the best mage ult in the game for this stage.
Yes.
Uh-oh! He got caught out of ambush. Deathbane's on cooldown. Arrow forced to blink right in. Suntouch turning this one around. Wow, brilliant shield there. I don't know if it's going to be enough yet.
Touch is going to be
I'm sorry,
out.
is he coming
Captain
back?
Twig's in the air.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
Okay.
Come on, do it, actually.
Captain Twig
shame.
thought better of it. It would have been really funny if he died to Harpies there, though.
I mean,
I would have laughed a little bit.
I thought he was going to try to take Sun Touch out.
Sun Touch, his health was at least under 50.
All 3 kills that he got previously playing a big measure right there.
Emilzy trying to chain out Badja, and he's going to be able to secure these mid-camps. Zyros is going to ult through, not connect, but that's a very low cooldown ultimate. You really see Raws just throw them out there every fight.
Badger right there could have actually done the shockwave to sustain himself long enough and take the Harpies, but he chooses not to, probably to save his hand 3.
That's true. Gold Fury right now, a very critical part of the game, and strangely enough, you say that. Emilzy has Hog 1. You normally see supports finish that immediately after boots.
Yeah, 7.5 minutes is usually like your maximum timer.
He's backing for it now, he knows.
But Emilzy is like, uh-oh.
There's the World Weaver. Let's see if Sun Touch can find this kill, but that's just a wasted ult.
Oh, look, Geb. Geb is a hype killer, man.
He didn't even need the shield, to be honest. He could have just poured it out of there.
Yeah, but the shield stopped some of the damage from last breath. You never know what's peeking around the corner.
Sun Touch is
unless you have wards.
It's true. Sun Touch is being so aggressive here, and he's going to actually try and turn on Zyros, but a great wall by Captain Twig, going to zone off arrow. Can Sun Touch find the kill, though? One more auto. Shaggy's actually going to snipe it out.
A name that we haven't heard enough of in this set. Shaggy finds a beautiful kill as Twig's ult comes back offline. He's looking for Sun Touch, trades out for no one, and Gold Fury is available, but I don't see they're getting it.
Has 2 levels on reels. That gank did a lot. Shaggy Shank was already leading in that lane, and you can tell after Sun Touch ended up ganking reels, he's really put the pressure on him and extended that lead. Now a 700 gold lead for Shaggy Shank.
But they are trading some of that for the support. Emilzy just hitting level 10 now as he's taking a lot of experience from Arrow. Arrow could probably be 13 at this point. In fact, he definitely would have been. With Twig in the mid lane holding off for Zyros, and Zyros finding a death. 0-1 right now.
Zyros died.
His double-digit death.
I don't even want to watch this game anymore.
See that? No, that's not how it works. Because when people in Naruto started dying, that's when people wanted to watch it again.
Then they started rezzing them.
This is when you should be excited now because Fnatic is showing that they're not superhumans.
Okay, that's good. They found 4 deaths, and now Sun Touch continue to be aggressive, but miscommunication again. Emilzy going to come through 2 CC immune
Did he get tagged by that ult?
Yes, he did.
Sun's just like, oh, you're ulting. All right, I'll come in and help that.
And now I've been wondering when this is going to happen. London Conspiracy going to take their lead and try to pressure it out.
Reel's nowhere to be found here. Twig taking a lot of damage. They're keeping Fnatic out beautifully, but they're somehow allowing Badger to get inside. Here comes Reels. Can he get the mez off? He got it. London Conspiracy still gets it. However, they woke up the Ares too early.
Is Shaggy Shank going to find a kill? I can't tell. He's trying to snipe out Captain Twig. Ooh. No, great jukes coming through.
If Maniac catches up, it's done.
Yeah, he's going to chase that out.
Okay,
Reels will find the kill. Meanwhile, though, Snakeskin does find Captain Twig in the backline.
So it's a 2-for-1 plus the Gold Fury, making it, or rather, a 1-for-2 plus the Gold Fury. London Conspiracy definitely with the advantage in that one. Not in experience, but definitely in gold. And they're going to try to press this. With Badger and Zyros very low right now, they could pressure into this tower. Look at Snakeskin is sitting pretty.
Yeah, Arrow's going to clear out that wave, and Maniac, he has no ult available to him.
He has enough for 1 spell.
And that will probably clear the wave. It does clear the wave.
And it doesn't look like anything's going to happen in the mid lane. Snakeskin backing off and working towards the right side. He did get the tier 1 tower ready as well. Vamana really not having a lot of presence in this game.
Yep, quick pause coming out for Maniac, and it's the opposite of what we saw last time. Last game, we saw Maniac, even though he was getting out-pressured by the Cupid, he was teleporting to teamfights. He was making such a huge impact. This time, now that London Conspiracy is controlling Maniac better, he didn't go teleport, and Snakeskin is locking him in lane. We're seeing London Conspiracy win the fights.
I want to see London keep this going. And for me, this has been the Sun Touch we've needed to see. He's being aggressive where he needs to, even overly aggressive in some places. But he's allowing his team to catch up. He's escaping properly, and he's utilizing Serqet in a much safer way than he used Bologna. With that, It's going to be up to Emilzy to make sure he's staying alive a little bit more. Despite the fact that he did earn the Gold Fury and has been a major force in these fights, the fact that he's dying and it being Ares is going to start putting him way too far behind, because Ares in the end game is incredibly easy to pick off.
Yeah, and he's ahead right now. Oh, Blinken by Emilzy here. He's not going to find a death real quick, but 2 ults burned.
Worth.
For that no escape. We've seen this on cooldown, it seems, every single time, and Captain Twig, who is normally all over the map, isn't being allowed to.
Well, he can't. I mean, the one time we've seen him use his ult offensively, he didn't really gain much off of it. It was basically just a UAV, right? Like, he jumped to the sky and checked to see if anyone was on the map.
Yep. But now Arrow, he's going to actually stun out 2 here, and Zyro's getting low. He's going to find the second death of his game. Suntouch continuing to be aggressive, and now Reels could be in trouble. No, Emilzy can't find the chain.
Suntouch getting aggressive here in the back line, and will find a kill onto Twig, again without his ultimate. Maniac is in trouble as well. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of it. He's not healing, or at least he wasn't. He's healing now. Suntouch going to jump away from this one. Badger there to support as well. Reels getting forced
Shaggy's
back.
ult is up. He wants to fight this so bad. You can just see it in Reels. He's going to get zoned out by the rest of London Conspiracy, and they're going to be taking this tier 1 tower, it looks like.
Though a strange grouping on the left side, considering Gold Fury's not up. They're not going to get too much out of this aside from the tier 1. Suntouch doing a lot of damage there to Badger, forced to shield himself as they look towards the mid lane. So they're going to get 1,000 gold there in objectives, plus the kill on the Twig. That's a big win.
Yep. I mean, there was no buffs to steal on Fnatic's side, so why not just take the map control, grab the mid tower, grab the left side tower, and then go and get your buffs.
Snakeskin moving forward here to just take the blue buff. You know, they're going to start resetting a little bit. We're going to probably go back into a laning phase for the next, I would say, 1.5 to 2 minutes until people start getting...
Probably when Gold Fury's starting to spawn again.
When Gold Fury starts to come up, we'll start seeing bigger groupings, but Snakeskin's going to start forcing rotations, and that's a big deal.
Suntouch here, even though he's 3-0-3, he's still under-leveled because he's been all across the map, not really farming, but what he's done for his team is set up kills and allow the rest of his lanes to get ahead, even though he's still even with Captain Twig.
Can we actually check gold in hand, please? Serqet sitting on, about 1,400, so she hasn't spent her money yet. That's going to be level 2 Wingblade. No, not choosing the Wingblade. He's going into Magi's Blessing.
He is going full utility. He knows that his damage doesn't really matter. He has the damage elsewhere, especially in a support, because Ares' damage is very high, and it's very unsuspecting. Additionally, he has 2 hunters. He has Snakeskin, he has Shaggy and Shank. Right now, Suntouch just wants to be a nuisance.
And he should be, right? Cobra's Kiss, Last Breath, 2 major forms of CC. They've got healing reduction, and of course, he has percentage damage built into his kit as well.
I think that's the key right there, is the percentage damage.
Right, he doesn't have true damage, right? But 20% of someone's health bar mitigated either way is a lot of damage. And he technically does have true damage.
Yeah, well, on Last Breath, I was going to let you get away with it.
Not what I was talking about.
I was going to let you get away with it. Gold Fury about to spawn, 30 more seconds. Grouping by London Conspiracy in mid and the left lane.
Kind of low here.
He's got a heal on his kit, but Reels 2v1 under tower, keeping them at bay. Was that beads forced?
No.
Okay, I thought it was.
Oh, no, wait, yes. Yes, it is. A 3-minute beads. Oh, wow. Badger in some trouble here. And there's no healing possibility. Last Breath is ticking and explodes, killing the creeps as well. Okay, Reels.
Reels has no beads. He's under half. Captain Twig, he's going to be diving into the backline.
He's got 2.
3, but he's not able to secure anything, and now he's just trying to get out. Emilzy caught in between 3. Shaggy Shank will take out Twig in the backline, but Emilzy is staying alive, and Maniac falls.
Little mana.
Little mana?
He didn't have enough mana. Again, that was the 3rd time that he's been out of mana in a fight. This is one of the major weaknesses of a mana in the current meta is mana is a very important resource. I think the most important that it's ever been in the history of Smite. And Vamana just doesn't have enough of it to last in these fights. And what should have been a kill with a very clean Armored Umbrella doesn't find it. Now Emilzy with that hand 3, there's no one to stop this. Their only chance is for Zyros to find some kind of crazy ult, but they're not going to get it. London Conspiracy, Gold Fury, number 2.
Yep, let's take a look at the chart, see what they've extended their gold lead to. 9,000, 12,000 in experience with no level 20s on the board. They are really starting to feel it. Look at the soul lane. Maniac is 4 levels behind Snakeskin.
And that's
4 levels.
Another point to Vamana is one of the worst characters in the game from behind, and he still doesn't have actives.
That, I think, is crucial right there. The fact that he has no actives, and he's not making any impact in the team. Can we take a look at damage, too? I just want to see real quick where he's sitting. Yeah, at the bottom, 4,400.
Those are the carries, by the way. Those two on the bottom.
So, I mean, Emilzy is doing more damage than everyone on Fnatic outside of Captain Twig.
Which is
just like
crazy because Ares, one of his big cons is low damage.
You just love like just having Twitch chat erupt, don't you? Just like trolling them. And they feed into it. They don't even understand you're trolling them. London Conspiracy, they have the lead. They're grouping up here. They're trying to look for a pick or start Fire Giant. They want to bait it. They want to find someone. Badger now. He's going to get caught out. He's going to get hit by Madness. He's going to hit by Last Breath.
No
Can
healing.
He survive through this at all? Cataclysms. No one. Snakeskin finds the pick.
Even if Zyros was there to heal him, gonna get beads and the big baby, which means he now has no pressure whatsoever.
Shaggy.
Also, Shaggy, come on, man.
Come on, bro.
I mean, I could understand if you're getting hit when you're getting chased down, but like, just move left, man.
London Conspiracy finds the Fire Giant, and now they're continuing to be aggressive. Captain Twig needs to be careful here.
He has his ult.
Yeah, his ult's available, but they're not going to be able to defend this Tier 2 tower at all. Meanwhile, Reels, though.
Yeah, Reels getting a tower over on left, and he's going to keep going, but he will be met with Serqet, who's going to try to stop him from taking the Tier 2. And with Fire Giant and being the level she is, I don't think there should be too much pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Suntouch is under-leveled, but with Fire Giant, you're right. He's gonna be able to stop that, and Reels was forced to back. But now Fnatic might take this fight on the right side. Shaggy takes to the air. He has 3 shots. One's gonna hit, and then he's gonna turn his attention to someone else.
33% victory there. Are we gonna see a Cataclysm? No, it's on cooldown. They're not gonna even have that, but they do find Maniac. London looking real strong. They have 4 versus 4 here, as we're gonna see Serqet start making her way back over.
Fnatic just happened to miss everything, and there's a blanket by Arrow, but the Geb Shield might be enough, and Captain Twig, and he's going to be able to get out there, just barely, though.
Moving forward here, right side, Phoenix is exposed. Suntouch pushing up in the mid lane as well.
I'll be interested to see if London Conspiracy pushes this before Suntouch. Okay, now Suntouch
Ambush is down. He used it to get in there. He's tanking up a little bit. I like that choice. They're trading out the Phoenix damage effectively, utilizing the Fire Giant's healing to make sure they're taking as little damage as possible. Emilzy to the front line, attaching a lot of chains. Does he get a pull? No. And a big ult coming out from Zyros could be the turnaround they need, but Suntouch right to the back line, stopping the healing and keeping himself alive. We're looking at Emilzy, sending out the flames, but no, it looks like London, while they do get the Phoenix, is being deterred.
Sprint 3 is finally online for Maniac, and Emilzy, I love this. He actually runs back into the team. He knew that he was going to die, but if he stood next to the rest of his team, he would have got hit by Maniac's AoE, causing the team to die. Emilzy sacrificing himself for the rest of London Conspiracy to keep their Fire Giant and get out.
So, they've got 30 seconds without Emilzy. I don't think it's enough time for them to get anything notable. No. They need to regroup, form up, and get as much farm as possible. Look at the level differences. Straight down the line, 3 levels. 1, 2, 1, 1. That's a really big deal at this stage of the game. It's extra health, it's extra damage, it's extra control, and of course, ability scaling as well. So they need to be more aggressive here on London. Utilize the remaining parts of this Fire Giant. They still have a minute and a half left, which should be more than enough for them to take at least the Tier 2 down on left.
Taking a look here, is that going to be a Pythagorean's piece come out from Agni as well?
No, that's the other
That's
tree.
Divine Ruin?
It's either Divine Ruin or...
It's going to be Divine Ruin. If it's not, it's got to be Divine Ruin.
Come on, Poly, man.
It's not going to be a Poly.
Live the dream.
I mean, he does have Blink, so he is pretty aggro.
Live the dream.
London Conspiracy grouping up on this left side. They're likely to just put pressure. Gold. I know it's going to be Divine Ruin.
I'm just making sure you knew.
Gold Fury
because it sounded like you really wanted the Poly.
I kind of do. I mean, Emilzy does a lot of damage.
There's so much healing on that team, though. Like you guys.
I know. There is.
But not sitting just yet. They're going to be using the remaining 50 seconds. That's more than enough time to siege this this Phoenix down. And I love Suntouch's positioning here, taking the entire right side and they're holding it. Look at this. The Magi gets used. Wow, they're going to burn this down. Fnatic might be in trouble here.
Captain Twig might just die completely, and he does. Last Breath going to take him out. Meanwhile, Shaggy Shank finds Reels in the team fight. Snakeskin, World Weaver takes out Maniac, and London Conspiracy with 3 down and all 5 of them alive.
This is looking like the 1-to-1.
Who's going to stop him?
Zyros doesn't have an ult here, but he does have beads. He'll stay alive for now, but I don't see how he's going to keep them out.
There's absolutely no way. London Conspiracy takes out Fnatic in trades 1-for-1.
I figured out why London won. Sometimes it has to seem like the good guy, right? The main character has to fall. And even though they lost, Zeros was still alive at the end.
It's true.
Plot armor is real. London, though, huge win. Taking a win on Fnatic not only keeps them in spot for relegation, in fact, increases their chances into getting into that LAN, but it's a win on probably the most favored team in Europe.
And clearly the most favored team. I mean, they don't die, and now they're tied right now with with Trig at 8-4, and they face each other next week.
That's
Winner
dope.
is likely going to land.
I'm hyped. Which is cool because if they won one, tiebreaker.
Oh
I love tiebreakers. First blood, and we're going to see exactly how this went, and it's going to be your boy, Suntouch.
Suntouch was everywhere, and look at just this off-time gank coming out on Maniac, throwing out Last Breath, 100% healing reduction.
That Last Breath did two very important things. Like you said, reduces the healing to 0 coming out from the ultimate, plus he caught him out of his dash.
Yes.
Using all of his escape mechanics directly against him, fighting the first blood there, working himself back into the jungle as we look into the control to take away the speed and the blue at the top, and that's where things really started to spiral for London Conspiracy.
And we just really saw London Conspiracy keep up the pressure. There was no time where they had their lead and just let Fnatic climb back into it. Fnatic earlier this split faced a Epsilon team, and they were about 10,000 down at one point. But Epsilon didn't keep up the pressure and slowly allowed Fnatic to get back, because if you give Fnatic an inch, they will take a mile. London Conspiracy didn't give them a centimeter. I was going to say centimeter.
No room whatsoever to grow. They shut down the healers. They made sure to put themselves in a position to just shut down every part of an advantage they could have gotten. And that's the big deal.
What I love the most, I think, was Suntouch and the role he played. And I touched on it, right? He was only one level above Captain Twig at the end of the game, but he played this role, this just kind of like, he wasn't a damage dealer like we typically see with the Serqet. He was, I'm going to second item or third item Magi's and just be a nuisance to the enemy team.
And he did it perfectly. Also will be your player of the game. I don't think anyone's surprised here. The game that he just played at 4-0-7 is insane. This highlight reel we're going to show you just shows exactly how smart he was about every fight he put himself into. Look at the max range Cobra's Kiss. Deathbane didn't even need the auto attack. That was the second kill that they earned that game, on top of the fact that they steal away the buff.
I love this too. We're starting to see this more. You get one gank on the dual lane sometime within the first 10 minutes, and then you just let your hunter just have that lead and abuse it. He never had to go back to the dual lane.
You know, that's one thing. You know, in the mid lane, the mage matchups are always so different that even if you're 2 levels ahead, you can wind up dropping a kill. In the solo lane, the matchups are so different and they're counterintuitive to themselves that even at 3 levels ahead, it could be impossible to win a match. No matter what hunters you are, if there is a 1 level of difference, you are in the lead. Big time. Well, we're going to be joined here by Suntouch, leader of the LDNC Hype Crew. Player of the game, and coming hot off their second game win here. Suntouch, you with me?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
So let's jump right into it. Next week, you face off against Trig. You need 2 games to qualify for LAN. How you guys feeling?
We're pretty excited. There's a couple of scenarios that can happen, like if Fnatic lose 2-0 as well, and we won 1. It could be a 3-way tiebreaker, but let's be honest, we're going to just 2-0 Trig easy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, a lot of people could have argued with that and said, like, there's no way, you know, Trig is too strong. But Fnatic is, by most people's standards, the favorite to win Europe right now. And you guys just took a game there. So I don't think there's any contest at this point to question the strength of LDNC.
Yeah, we're pretty disappointed we didn't get 2-0 today, but we didn't really draft correctly in the first game. And
I agree.
I think the second game, we controlled it completely, had them, like, just where we wanted them, to be honest.
What was your mindset, yours specifically, maybe not the team's mindset, going into this game? Was that your goal, was to gank really the 2 side lanes early and get your players ahead? And then we saw you really transition into more of a utility Serqet, more so than just stacking that early Deathbringer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I fired a lot of shots at Fnatic as a joke, but let's be honest, I mean, Rose X is just an absolutely amazing player, like insanely good, and we just wanted to shut him down. And in game 1 we couldn't, and in game 2 we could.
Okay,
a little bit.
It was a good choice. tell us a little bit about the Cupid pick. Now, you guys drafted the Hunter in the first game, and then built him into attack speed. What was your end game goal there? Because it seems like it got lost in the mid game.
Well, we like to play that kind of aggressive, and like you saw in that game, control the tempo of the game, really kind of get into people's faces. Couldn't deal with the healing, and the Cupid pick kind of to control Serqet a little bit. Also, the cripple kind of shuts Tier down. Just didn't execute it correctly. Also, there's a little bit of sustain from Cupid, so if we can get into that kind of late game stage, Cupid actually can kind of help us siege as well.
For the Serqet pick, just for you specifically, were you looking to get this god specifically to counter healing, or were you trying to just take this away from Twiggy?
Honestly, my team were just like, yo, Serqet, and I was like, because I was thinking of like Humbat, so I was just like, yeah, you know what, just give me Serqet. Wasn't actually any ideas. Like, we were a tiny bit demoralized after game one. We're trying to pick ourselves back up.
It didn't show.
And no, it did. Yeah, the guys are great. You know, they always try 100% no matter how the first game goes, for sure. And yeah, the second pick worked out really well.
Well, it was an amazing set. You guys put on a fantastic show. Before we let you go, son, anything that you want to throw out here? Shout-outs, call-outs?
Shout-outs to Trixtank, because he's going to be really sad next week when he's getting 2-0'd. Shout-outs to our sponsors, and shout-outs to my awesome teammates. They're the best, man. And thank you. You guys did good job today. I love you guys. Thank you.
All right. I feel about you casually. All
hey,
right, guys.
1 out of 100 love you.
Yeah.
I'm like 1 for 50.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
There.
You're living. Sun Touch, of course, from LDNC. Not a complete set victory. A tie. Fnatic having an amazing first game. London having an amazing second game. We're going to be going into another game here where the bottom-seeded upcoming stars are going to try to fight their way through the, I think, currently top-seeded Titan.
Yes, Titan, yeah. With Fnatic taking that loss there. 1 less win, but 1 less loss away. And Titan is going to be looking to qualify just like Fnatic was trying to in this series. If they 2-0 upcoming stars, they're going to make it. Stars need 1 win to keep themselves out of or to delay themselves from relegations.
With that, Adonis will be taking a break. It'll be me and Gandhi on the horn when we come back. Stick around. Big games coming up next.